So you shot someone. Why? It matters not the reason. You've committed crimes against the UEE and her people and are due to face justice. Or are you? Perhaps you could make all record of said crimes just disappear. But how would you go about doing so? To find out, grab your towel and join me for the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Verse.
Quantum travel initiated.
When it comes to clearing your crime stat, there's only one method available to you: obtaining a crypto key and hacking a terminal linked to the criminal database. I'm going to break this down into 3 sections so you can skip to the bit you need if desired. First is crypto keys, how they differ from one another and where to find them. Second is the locations of the terminals and how to reach them. And finally is how to hack said terminals. If you're an existing criminal, there is only really one place you can do this, and that's at Technotic in Grim Hex. The shop you are looking for can be found by coming out of the elevator, up the small steps, turn left, follow round to the last door on your right, then make your way down to the door with the TVs outside. If you're currently clean and planning on slipping over to the dark side, you can also get keys from the Factory Line and Omega Pro in the New Babbage Commons, or Cubby Blast in Area 18 near the Haps. There are a few keys that you can choose with varying costs, hacking speeds and reliability, which is currently on screen. The Ice Pick is only available from the Factory Line in New Babbage, so existing criminals are out of luck. It is the most expensive, but it's also the fastest, with an average error chance. The Ripper is just as fast, costs a tiny bit less, but is almost guaranteed to throw an error. The Tiger's Claw is bang in the middle of all categories. It's not as quick as the Ripper, but it is equally as reliable as the Ice Pick. The Reauthorizer is the classic that everybody knows. Slow and steady, it almost never throws an error. Just plug her in and let it do its thing. And finally is the Walesko. Don't buy this, and if you're so broke that you have to, you got bigger problems. Due to the low cost of these items, if you are a criminally minded player, I'd always recommend that you keep a stock of Ice Picks if possible. If you do need a key in a pinch, the Ripper is just as quick if you're in a hurry, but if you don't mind defending your point for a little bit longer, I'd suggest the Tiger's Claw for ease of use. Just as a side note here, make sure that you do remember to equip the key before you head out. Totally not made that mistake before. So, now you have a crypto key equipped, where do you take it? There are currently 6 locations you can go in order to clear your crime stat. Security Depot Hurston 1 on Hurston, Security Post Correa in orbit above Selling, Crusader, Security Depot Lyria 1 on Lyria, Artcore, Data Center 4HJ-LVE-A and Security Center DDV-6 on Microtech, and finally SPMC 1 on Calliope, Microtech. Let's cover Correa first. Correa is paradoxical in being simultaneously the safest and the most dangerous of the locations. Assuming nobody has triggered the mission to clear it out, you'll find no NPC resistance. However, it is also the most common destination for criminals looking to clear their crime stat, and bounty hunters know this, so do keep that in mind. As with many outposts, Correa is defended with automated defense turrets, and they will attack you. The best way to survive the onslaught is to use a small fast ship and fly quickly towards the outpost, placing yourself under the bottom landing pads away from incoming fire. Anything smaller than a cutlass will work here. Now, exit into 0G, float up and over onto the station and make your way inside. You want to head for the central room where you'll find the hacking terminal. The other locations are all planet-bound and are much more dangerous initially due to the contingent of security guards located at these outposts in addition to the automated turrets. A ground vehicle might actually be of use here. This, naturally, provides resistance to your endeavours, but it also brings with it another drawback. Every guard you kill is another crime that you need to clear, extending the amount of time you need to be present at the location and increasing the risk of bounty hunters catching up to you. Once you reach the outpost, park your ship somewhere safe so as to leave yourself a way out. Don't do what I did in the footage and let it get exploded. Enter the outpost and take the elevator down. From this point on, it's a full FPS battle to the end of the zone where you will find the console. Now I won't show the route of every location for a few reasons. First is that they're basically all the same. Second is that NPC movement will force you to take different paths each time. And finally, this video would end up just stupidly long. Now you're at a terminal, how do you use it? Equip the hacking chip by holding the consumable key, which is C by default, then interact with the port next to the terminal. Now it's just a case of waiting for the hack to complete. The hack itself is mostly hands-off, simply being a case of waiting for the 5 bars to fill. Depending on the reliability of the chip, it is possible that you will get a stoppage at the start of one of these bars, which is indicated by a red warning screen. If and when this happens, simply approach the terminal, hold F for interaction mode, and click continue. Once the hack is completed, select a crime you have committed and a reason for dismissal. It doesn't matter which you choose currently, as this has no effect. Simply go through each in turn, and congratulations, you're once again an outstanding citizen and a shining beacon of decency in the verse. You can't see this, but I'm pulling a yeah right face right now. And that's all on that. Leave any thoughts and questions down below. As we've spun our SC content over onto its new channel, we have a lot of catching up to do with regards to appeasing the algorithm, so please seriously do like, share, sub, all that crap, as it really will help us out. And with that, we thank you for watching, and we'll catch y'all next time.